Alright guys, you are welcome to another day of trading with Jerry. And today again I'll be taking you guys on how to trade my entering model. The first thing I'm going to do is what? Mark my day range high and my day range low. How do I pick my day range high and my day range low? I pick my day range high from my previous day candle. And currently we are what? Currently we are on the New York session. And from my structure, I already know that what I'm going to be looking out for is what? For a bullish setup because of what? Because from my 1 day time frame, my previous day range candle has been swept. The range low has been swept. So now, the first thing I will do now again is what? Mark my day range high. After marking my day range high, the next thing is to mark my day range low. This video is for educational purpose. It's not a financial advice. That is the high of my previous day candle will be my day range high and the low will be my what? My day range low. The next thing I will do is to move to my 4 hours time frame. I trade basically on the liquidity that I'm seeing in the market. So now for my 4 hours time frame, since my day range low has been taken, now there's one trick I'm going to show you guys here. Instead of going back to see what happened at the Asia session, the only thing I'm going to focus on this analysis now is to find out what happened during a London session. The thing I'm to do now is go. I will mark my 9 a.m. candle from my 4 hours. My 9 a.m. candle from my 4 hours time frame will now serve as what? It's now going to serve as my London session. Label the high as what? London range high. And I will label the low as what? London range low. I will now zoom to what? My lower time frame. So on my 15-minute time frame, this is now what? This is my London range high. And here is what? My London range low. And if you check, you will notice one thing. Now let's focus on this structure alone. This trend has been dumping, has been a downtrend. All I need what is what? All I need right now is a reversal to what? Sweep this high. Because this high too will now serve as my change in what? My change in state of delivery. Because what? It's also a major session high. If my major session high is swept, it simply means the market has changed phase. The market has now moved from bearish phase to bullish phase. Once I see a sweep of my London range high, which will now become my change in state of delivery, the next thing I'm going to look out for is what? My fair value gap and what? The retest of what? That fair value gap. Stay with me as I document this trade. If you keep practicing this model for a long time, you realize that this model is very easy for you to practice, but it requires a whole lot of waiting. You exercise a lot of patience. So stay with me. Let's see how the outcome of this setup will look like. And if we don't get a reversal to break, if you don't get a reversal to sweep my London range high, which will now become my change in state of delivery, automatically I'm not going to chase any trade for today, because the first thing that signal my setup is what? My day range low sweep. When I have that day range low sweep, I will do what? I will now start looking for what? My change in state of delivery. But I don't just look out for my change in state of delivery blindly. I check and see what happened in the previous sessions. From what happened in the previous sessions, I will now know the next thing that I'm going to chase, the next liquidity that the market is going to what? Chase. The liquidity that the market is going to chase next is what I will have interest on. So whatever the market chooses to do, I will allow the market to do it unless I see my what, my model, my entry model. If everything aligns with my entry model, that is the only time that I will now enter my trade. So this is the outcome of the trade after my analysis. So now I'm going to replay my bar for you guys to show you guys how the trade played out. So I will have to remove this. Now we closed this trade with the profit of two 2342. That's $2,342. So I'm going to show you guys how the trade played out and how I got my TP, how I picked my entry. Alright guys, so on my 15-minute time frame, what you were waiting for here is what? Is a sweep of my London range high to give us change in state of delivery. But before that, this is our sell side liquidity that is still sitting below here, which is our London range low. And you already know how I got my London range low and my London range high. Let's see how the trade played out. So at this point, we had a sweep of what? Our London range low, the sweep of our London range low. After the sweep of our London range low, what happened? We now switch what? We now switch to our 5-minute time frame. Now on the 5-minute time frame, the liquidity below our London range low has already been taken. And now what do we look at for? After our change in state of delivery, the next thing we look at for is what? Our fair value gap. So this is now our fair value gap. And what? I would, like I told you guys, I will pick my entry from the candle below what? My fair value gap. The candle, the candle open below here will serve as my SL, and the candle close above here will serve as what? As my point of interest. So now, how will I determine my TP? I will determine my TP by the structure of the market. That is how I don't just pick random place for my TP. I will look at the structure and see what the structure is showing me. If you look at this point, I have double bottom here. So I'm going to put my TP at that double bottom. For you that is just practicing, that wants to practice this mode entry model, I will advise you start with ratio 5. When you have mastered the strategy, you can now begin to extend your TP. But first, you have to seek the knowledge. Only when you have the knowledge of something that you can operate with it. So my TP now will be at what? I'll now put my TP at my double bottom. Our risk to reward is 8.12. So now let's see how the whole setup played out. Take a look at what happened here. After the sweep of our London reach high, which is our change in state of delivery, because that was also a major session high. You see, look at what we now have. The market immediately retraced back. After the retracement, it tapped what? Our point of interest, and what happened next? And this is what happened next. Yeah, we have our full TP. We have our full TP there. Let me show you guys how I did it out. We went back to take our TP. I'm not just playing my bars for you guys. I'm not just playing my bars for you guys. See, now let me jump to real time chart. On the real time chart, this is what we have. I need to leave this current to replay so that you guys will see what we have. On the real time chart, this is what we have. So I'm not just replaying bars for you people. We close this trade with $2,342. It's not the profit that I want you guys to focus on, but the process, the patience. That is what I want you guys to focus on. And like I told you guys, I trade based on liquidity execution. So I don't mark my highs and lows. If you look at my chart, you will not see break of structure. I don't mark break of structure. I just mark where the liquidity is sitting. I focus more on the session, catch my moves for the day if I can. And the next thing I leave. All you need to do is hit the follow button, subscribe to the channel, and if you have to practice this model, you have to exercise a whole lot of patience. You can see that we recorded the process down to how the trade played out. And this is what our current real-time charts. So it's not me replaying bars for you guys. It's me showing you my process and my entry model. Peace out.